The UK Independence Party has a new leader, but he is a familiar face.
Nigel Farage stood down as leader last year to stand in the general election, but just 9 months later he's back in the job and he joins us now. Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
For people who haven't followed precisely this sort of journey you've been on politically, just explain what happened.
Well, I was leader of UKIP and I stood down and I thought I'd try and take on the Speaker, John Bercow, in the general election. That didn't work out, but sort of just to make it worse, I was also involved in rather an unpleasant plane accident, which nearly killed me. So I spent the summer recuperating.
Well, let's just I mean, we're seeing the images now. Let's deal with this one. It was a very, very bad accident. You're lucky to be alive.
Oh, very. It was a miraculous escape, and the pilot, who I was sitting next to, has had several major operations since the accident, so I really have been remarkably lucky.
And your condition now, I mean, physically?
Not bad. My back isn't all it should be, but other than that, I'm absolutely fine.
OK, so back to the politics. You had the accident.
Yeah.
What happens next?
And then Lord Pearson had taken over as leader of UKIP. He stood down in the summer, making a very frank statement, saying he didn't really enjoy it and didn't feel he was very good at it. So we've had a contest, and I thought, well, I've survived the accident. And looking at British politics, I can't tell the difference now between Labour, Lib Dem and Conservative. I thought, let's have another go. And the party members have put their faith in me again.
Now, what happened in the general election suggests that whatever it is that UKIP is offering is not appealing to people, because you didn't get any MPs, didn't win any seats. So, I mean, what was wrong? What was wrong with the message? Because perfect opportunity, you're coming in, if you like, afresh, albeit that you were in the job before. So what is the message now?
I think what's changed is this. There were millions of people who were saying, just wait till David gets in. We'll see a true Conservative who'll stand up for the country. What we've seen since Mr Cameron has come in is a foreign policy of surrender, surrender, surrender. We give away more money to the EU and the foreign aid budget every day. We accept foreign court judgments that means that people like Ian Huntley will now get the vote. And we've signed a military treaty with the French that will last for 50 years, which in my view and the view of many is a huge mistake. I think there are millions of disenchanted voters out there who recognise that the political class does not represent their views. So I think things have changed.
So you're targeting disgruntled Tory voters, are you?
Well, we pick up votes from across the spectrum. But one of the things that's been holding UKIP back have been the number of Tory voters who agree with us, with everything we stand for, but have always thought that a Tory government would represent those views. It is now perfectly clear that this is not a Eurosceptic government in any way at all. They've given into Europe on virtually everything, and I think now the opportunity for us is really very big.
And for those people who are still bemused by the idea of you fighting to get MEPs, and a party that is opposed to Europe, and they find this very confusing.
Well, they shouldn't do, because, look, Alex Salmond has been in the House of Commons since 1987 for the SNP. The SNP have done well in Westminster, and they're now in government in Scotland. It's exactly the same.
But MEPs in Europe, what are they working to do to get rid of the parliament they're sitting in?
To find out what's going on and to report that back to the British people. And if you look at the opinion polls, 2/3 of Britons now want us to have trade with Europe, cooperation with Europe, but not to be part of political union. So I think our messages are beginning to get out there.
Nigel Farage, thank you very much for your time this morning.